introduce you?
That's such a great question.
Because that stuff is important to me.
Is it? How do you
Yeah.
how do you tell people to introduce you?
Well, I'm starting to. I actually started when I took a break from the creative process, like recording, like 1 month.
Okay.
I think it was in September when the Art Bazaar was,
Mm-hmm.
and when I came back, like before, I used to say, "Hey, my name is Tiana Stone. I also go by Tiana Stone the Creative." Now I just say my name is Tiana Stone the Creative.
Period.
I don't even like do the other thing anymore.
Don't give the option.
Yeah, so now it's Tiana Stone the Creative, which I feel like is so important to do. So I always ask like how should I introduce you?
The crazy part is like I'm still working on that. I didn't have the September break to have the epiphany. Um, more or less like because I do so many things.
Yes.
And many people have seen my artist name. Many people address me as my artist name.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll turn around pretty much to anything.
Okay.
That's a thing. I think being a mom is like,
Yeah.
are you talking to me? It's a thing. But yeah, my name's Alisha Laws. I am a licensed clinical social worker. Add those letters behind the name because we earn them.
Yes.
But I go by Exhibit A. Exhibit A Art Design is how you can find me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. This might have to be a part of the episode, like, because we didn't officially start.
Like I feel like
I feel like that should be the. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep it because usually when I edit the creative process, I it's just straight through. I don't edit anything out except like just cutting angles. Okay.
Oh. Hey
everybody, welcome to the creative process. My name is Tiana Stone, the Creative, your host for today, and I have an amazing guest, amazing friend, Alisha Laws, excuse me.
Appreciate
Exhibit
you.
A.
Yeah.
So excited to have you. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna cut that out. I'm not gonna cut that out.
And I feel like that is a prime way to not to direct your interview, but the editing process conversation that we were having previously.
That's important.
F edits. Okay.
We're gonna get into that in
Yeah.
a minute. But I do want to give you the space to let the people know all the incredible things that you do. Where can we find you? What do you do? What is your art? What is your passion?
Wow. That is a loaded statement.
We love loaded questions.
Yes. And with the way my brain works, I have to work backwards by what you said. So what do? I am an artist. I'm a mom. I am a social worker, as I stated, an in-home therapist by trade. I am a nonprofit and governance especial person. I do a lot of community engagement. I love the kids. Adults are cool too, but
Kids are a little bit better.
Kids are the future, and kids give me hope. Just kidding. Now, I do work with adults too. I actually own my own private practice where All In Therapy is a creative arts therapy consulting organization in which we partner with many different people like yourself over at PS14. Shout out to PS14. Our incubator space, like just developing who I am as an artist, muralist, and
Just finished one.
Yes, I just finished one, and I'm working on another one that is due this week.
Oh, wow. Okay. You got to let the people know.
Oh, definitely. So that is working with Miss Serena Lomax. The epilogues, if you do not know who she is an incredible woman here in the city. She does a lot of gun violence prevention in a different way. She highlights people that have been, families that have suffered gun violence victimization in various ways. Either people have been shot in their family and killed, or they know somebody that has been killed, and they do portraits of these people to commemorate their beautiful being here, and even though they're no longer with us, just how their story can live on and how their families continue their memory. So she does basically like community exhibits of these portraits and murals that she has various incredible artists in the city doing. And yeah, I think that she just actually had a family night where she hosted all of the families that she's worked with in the city, and just having a night of celebration. Everybody got dressed up and like just celebrating life. You know what I mean? Even when we do not have those people here with us. So the long story short, I will get off topic.
Not off topic at all.
Yes, we will try to find our way back. But the mural is it's based on peace, not guns.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would a peaceful city of Philadelphia look like?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I have crafted quite a few different visuals of Black people living their best life in the city. It's bright, it's cheerful, it's powerful, like how we can literally lift each other up. A little cue as to what's going to be in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like I did not answer all of the questions.
I'll get back to it.
Okay, I appreciate you.
I told, like, the creative process is is an informal conversation about our creativity. And all that stuff that you mentioned is just, like, so cool. And it's one of the things that I love about you.
Thank you.
But one thing that I really love about your artwork and your creativity in general is how tied it is to the mental and the emotional, like how you tie your art with your social work is so cool.
Thanks.
And this may be like the chicken or the egg type of question.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know, like, in the beginning of your journey and your creative process, like, what would you say came first, if something did come, like your social work or your artistry?
That is a great question, too. You're full of these. I feel like it's definitely a chicken or the egg because, I mean, everybody has their own trials in life, you know what I mean? Not saying that everybody's childhood is rainbows and butterflies, but I definitely feel like my experiences early on in life led me to social work. I will tell people to this day, I do not remember filling out the application for the social work school. I don't remember writing the letter that you have to write about yourself or why you should be in social work school. Like, I remember none of that. But I got my master's degree, and yeah, thank you. And afterwards, I was like, 10 years later afterwards, I was like, wow, what can I do with this and also do something that I'm passionate about? And kind of rewinding back to that egg question again, my grandmother was a self-taught oil painter. She got herself through 4 bouts of breast cancer, learning how to oil paint. And I swear that I got the gift through her. And just kind of building upon what it was that she instilled within me when I was very young. I actually, she encouraged me to do this some type of contest where you got a savings bond as the winning, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. So I have a savings bond somewhere.
I love that.
And by now, that $75 is probably big bucks.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where it is, but that's a side
We'll
note.
Find it. Yeah.
Yes, we shall find it. Please assist me. But yeah, I won, obviously, and
Obviously.
right? I drew Toni Morrison. I will never forget this because I sketched Toni Morrison, and it was the first time that my grandmother ever critiqued me, and I was like so scared that she was gonna say like, this is horrible, like do this, and she was just like, wow, this is incredible, and left it. you know, kind of gave me a little bit of touches, a little bit of smudging, and showed me how to do blending a little bit more, which is why I feel like my blending is perfected now.
Mm.
But yeah, she kind of gave me my first paintbrush of sorts. I've never done oil painting, like I've never actually learned how to do it. So shout out to anybody that wants to teach me. And then also like just kind of finding my way of what my art looks like, because we do have a very similar style, I've found. But she used very like muted colors, and mine are like extremely bright, extremely bright.
Yes.
So yeah, kind of all happened together. And now that I am older, seasoned, if you will, it's really working out, I feel like. And it's been a journey these past 2 years of building it. But I've been doing it for so long that it's like, okay, now let's put a name to it. Now let's see if somebody else wants to take the baton, because it's not just for me, you know, like you're saying, a part of the creative process is kind of allowing things to go as they will. And you can't be the holder of everything. Like, there are no gatekeepers in creativity.
No, there are not.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, like it's so funny because one of the things that I'm learning and applying to my art, especially when it comes to sharing, because the people know, like, for me, it took me a while to get to the place of wanting and being comfortable with like sharing my music. Like, you know, the fear and all that stuff, and thinking that you're not ready, and the perfectionism and all that stuff, like
It's
all
hard.
all that stuff definitely plays into it. But I love like what you said about like art is like art, especially
I was so excited. I did not do that first.
art, like especially the art that we make. It's not just for us.
Yeah.
And I feel like your artwork definitely is a testament to that.
Thank
so
you.
like I'm curious to know like what does that feel like in that part of your creative process where you've been working on something and it's been yours for a while, and then like the that time period where it's still yours, but then it becomes someone else's. Like, what is that like?
Man, I feel like my face just did the Grinch, you know?
Why you say that?
Okay, so I am so I am so choosy when it comes to some of my artwork.
Really?
Yeah, I have some originals. Mind you, I have a gallery in my house. Like we could probably fill 2 galleries with
Love
the things that
that.
are in my house. Yeah.
We might have to do that.
Oh no, we are. PS14, we are.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Love that. Love that.
Shout out to we're dropping it right now. Gems right now. I'm putting it into fruition here. 2 galleries. One is going to be called The Hustle, and the other is going to be called Stay in My Lane, because I am a hustler.
Yes.
I have forever had at least 3 to 5 jobs.
Yes.
And then also just staying in my lane seems to be my thing. Like, I have definitely attempted to emulate some different things in life, and I've found that regardless of how hard, and I literally just told this to my client the other day, no matter how hard you try to emulate that person, it's still going to be you. So you might as well just try to do it your way. See how that works.
Oh my God.
Everybody's different. Like,
I'm in love with all of this. Please let me know if you need help with anything.
oh, I do.
Okay.
I do. Anyone wants help. Like, I literally, and I think that's another thing too, is like tribe situation. Like, I love the fact that we are all able to say like, hey, I'm going to help you out. But like, legitimately, there are some people where you're like, if I asked you, you would probably do it. I'm one of those people. Tiana's one of those people. Okay. But I feel like there's a lot of people out there that we kind of don't test the limits with that. Once again, going back to maybe they do it different. Maybe they're quiet, but that person could probably rock all of what you have going on and or elevate it to a point where you don't even see it going.
Yeah.
Tangent again. Go ahead, sir.
No, but no, I'm getting excited because I have like a Project S type thing on the back burner that's entitled The Hustle.
See? All right. You see how this happens?
Yes.
And I literally just said, God is good.
Yes, he is.
God is good.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, wait a minute.
You asked me a question though, actually.
I can't even.
No, so the question was, and that's how I got off on the tangent. See how we can work this out? All right, so it was like my attachment to my art is where I was going with it. Is that I have a lot of originals. I've actually taken out recently a couple of them. Meek Mill being one of them. Meek, I've had this painting since 2017. Many of people have told me that they were going to get it to you. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet.
You might want to pick it up.
It is yours. It is yours. And every time that I take it outside, this is like the centerpiece. Like, that's Meek. I love what you did to the chain, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, side note. So sorry. Tangent again.
No.
So, and I'm going to take that into heat and not say it again. I apologize. So yeah, I have these originals and they are my babies. And when I tell you, many of people have tried to like, oh my gosh, like I need that in my house. I need that in my house. And I'm like, okay. Somebody told me back in the day. No, it's like, because somebody told me back in the day, like if somebody asks you the price of your painting, it now increases. Like, so say, this is my piece, it's $750. Somebody asked me about it, it's now $950.
Yeah.
From here on out. And so with that being said, I took that very literally. And now all of my artwork's like $25,000,
We love that. We love that.
honestly, it's priceless. It's priceless to me. But I feel like over this year, 2023, has been a lot of letting go of things and kind of allowing that flow to happen. And while I've tried to make prints and copies and things, like I seem to not be able to make enough of them. So it's like, if I let this go, I know that I'm going to be able to create something else amazing because obviously I've created amazing things since 2017, right? Yes. But I think it's just a matter of like me getting to that point. Like, you know that you can do this again. You know that you're capable of creating even better things. Like, it's okay to allow this to enjoy life somewhere else, But it's hard. Mm-hmm. It is hard to let them go. Oh.
I love that. That's so cool. Because, I mean, it's a process. It's a part of the process.
It is.
In terms of being finished. Like that. Like, oh God, it's always a question of like, does this mix sound right? Like, is this color the right shade? Like, I don't know, what are your vibes on that? Like the idea of finished as an artist.
Never finished.
Yeah.
Like, but you're always finished. Mm-hmm. Because, guys, I think as going back to what you were saying about like perfectionism, if I don't think that it's finished, it will not be finished. I had actually, Mount Zion is a piece that just has come outside. I think 2022 is when I brought it out. But it was in my living room and carried along with me several other places since like 2016. It was just a blank canvas with a little figure of a boat and then this woman with a staff. Potentially could have been absolutely anything, but I kept it. And I was like, all right, you gotta finish this. You gotta finish this. Like, do something to it. And one day, like, I have these spurts of I don't know, incredible juices that come out.
Yes.
But sometimes it's like just, that's mid. But this time it was like, wow, an hour and it's like, you made this masterpiece. To the point where I was like, it literally took you an hour to do this. Like, you've waited 6 to 7 years. Like, what are you doing? And so I try not to be hard on myself with that, because she's one of 3 pieces actually that I have recreated. I started and I recreated, and now everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is like so beautiful!" Like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "It took me like 10 minutes." Sometimes it happens like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to get to a space where I can. I lost my thought. And that was a part of it. It's releasing. So apparently I did a good job.
That's
Let's go.
oh,
I
man.
just lost it.
No.
It'll come back.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
It'll come back. Oh man, no. So going back to your process, like those spurts, I am curious to know, like what, like, does it, like, do you have to sit yourself down in order to paint, or do you think it just like comes whenever? Because like for me, like right now, I'm in a space where I'm recording and producing some songs that I want to release as an EP soon.
Woo-hoo.
Hopefully in like the springtime, because
Let's go.
it'll just make sense for it to be released, or at least when it's hotter.
Okay. It's that type of vibe.
It's that type of vibe.
Overstood.
But like I have like the bass and the keys down, and now I'm trying to get in the headspace where I can figure out what to do drum wise and percussion wise.
Mm-hmm.
But I have like, it has been a minute, like I've stepped away from it.
Okay.
So it's like I'll have like those spurts, because literally I've recorded like the keys and like the piano. I mean the keys and piano and the bass in like a couple of hours, like
Yeah.
those spurts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
You're
then,
like,
no, legit.
Yes.
And then I feel like with the percussion and the drums, it'll be maybe like a similar vibe. So I am curious, like what is your, do you have spurts like that, or do you think like, what are your thoughts on like breaks?
Ooh, breaks.
Yes, your spurts.
So the way my life is set up, I don't have a lot of breaks. And I need to be more intentional about that. I have a lot of things that I want to do, and I feel like there's not enough time in the day. Oh my gosh. And then like for me to have to also maintain my livelihood, like there's bills and stuff.
Yes,
like
unfortunately.
Yeah, there's not enough grants in the world, I feel like, in order to sustain like the creative side, because I feel like the creative side of you can definitely drive your finances. It can. And we were talking about that too, like finding gigs and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I've found that like a lot of what I've done, I've constantly had a full-time job with being creative. And that to me has kind of watered down my ability to be a creative. Like I will definitely tell you every day I'm creative because I create every day, sit down and we'll create a poster about what they're supposed to do for their day and like have really cool pictures and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm not creating every day, but things that are for me, my art, like that piece that I was telling you about, those things are like the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Just up like, wow, I have a burst of energy. Maybe I can fit this in before getting my nap and going to work tomorrow. Like, I want to be more intentional about my artwork. And I feel like even the murals, even though they are my creation, and a lot of times I do get a lot of creative freedoms. Everybody's like, oh, I trust your skill level. I trust your eye. And I'm like, yeah, my eye is pretty good.
Yes, it is.
At the same time, direction is great. Guidance is great. You know what I mean? Like, different from a graphic designer, which I also feel like I am. Um, I don't have like, oh, here is the color palette that we're going to go off of, and we're gonna make sure there's symmetry and lines that divide. I'm not doing that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, oh, what would you like a painting of? And what do you see in that? Because I like to add a little bit more than just what it is that you said. So, the hustle, let's just say, like, oh, well, I want you to create a mural for the hustle. Okay. To me, hustling is working. To me, hustling is getting up in the middle of the night, like I was just saying, and putting in that work when you don't have time for your own self.
Yeah.
It's being intentional about what it is that you're doing to get what you need, right? And going beyond what it is that you do to get what you need, because a lot of times you need to go beyond what it is that you can do. So anyway, side note, I feel like the guidance that I get from people is like, oh, I don't want it to be too busy, but I do busy. Like if you look at my work, like that's kind of what I do because I like to add the details. So I think if I could say something, because I feel like I got off tangent again, I feel like it's, if you are coming to an artist, if you're coming to a creative, one, know who you're coming to. You know what I mean? Because some people do have portfolios and have those palettes and dimensions and symmetry. You know what I mean? And maybe that is what you need. But at the same time, are you going to get those little, spurts of like, oh, wow, did you see that actually looks like this? Like, if you stand back, you can actually see, like, that's a body. Like, that's a person. Did you see? Like, there's more to it than just like, oh, WXPN, and these are our brand colors. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to just draw your logo. I'm going to draw you into it. I want to know who you are so that when somebody else picks up this piece of paper or looks at this canvas, or even, just views something that I've created, it's like, oh, wow. It's more than just like a doodle.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop there.
Oh, God. You could have went on if you wanted to, honestly.
I feel like it goes on and on and on.
Nah.
The artist rant. The creative rant.
It's the creative process.
The creative process. I apologize. The creative process.
Full circle.
It is. You see how that happens? It is a beautiful thing.
Oh, yes. But yeah. Oh, man. I think I wanna go back to the idea of pricing. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I mean, me and my journey, I feel like
Excuse me.
I'm becoming a little bit more aware of that, in the sense of, our value as artists. That is something that I feel is so important to come to terms with and flesh out. And I don't know. I feel like we all feel this, like in some way, shape, or form, like whatever medium we are in terms of creativity and artists. Our work can be very undervalued.
Yeah.
It is very undervalued.
Thank you.
No, it is. It is very undervalued.
Current.
And just taking ownership of that, and whatever kind of work it may be, and also the realization of this has value, but there are other types of value beyond like monetization. So that's something that I'm working with, and I'm wondering like what is your thoughts on that as a visual artist, because I feel like it's very different from a musical artist and a visual artist, but there are like some similarities, and I'm curious what your journey has been like in terms of finding that.
Man, my brain just went ding 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 ding. All the lights just went off. All the tabs are open. Oh my gosh. Okay, so two things that I could think of offhand. First of all, I apologize that all of the things that we do in life are addressed in social media, like that we have to reference Instagram and TikTok. But at the same time, you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so on Instagram, I love, I'm in my car a lot. I drive a lot, so I listen to different things. And one of the things that I absolutely love are really cheesy Instagram posts that only artists and like sarcastic people would enjoy. And there is this gentleman, I want to say that it's called, his IG is called Bloom and Plume, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a segment called Capitalism Doesn't Care About Your Creativity. And
Oh my God, I think I saw this video.
he's a florist.
Yes.
And oh my
yes,
gosh.
Yes, I love that video.
Okay. So you know that he's like, he makes like a lot of these. So as he makes a bouquet, which is absolutely gorgeous, by the way, he talks about how creatives are struggling, you know, in different avenues of the system. And I love the fact that, one, it's distracting because the flowers are just beautiful. But then he just drops so many gems of things that you are thinking about, but also maybe you're not moving on. Having an accountability partner, making sure that you are making time intentionally for yourself, keeping your health up. You know, the fact that we don't have, as artists and creatives all the time, healthcare.
Oh, Lord.
That's another big thing.
Yes.
Which there are plenty of resources also if you do look for them. Philadelphia is really cool with some of the stuff that they have available. And during the pandemic, they came out with a artist like grant for healthcare, and you were able to get a full year of whatever it is that you needed. It was like annual exam, dentists, and eye exam, like really cool stuff. Also, not on topic, but the second
All relevant.
definitely resources out here. And that's another thing too, is like I want to be a space where I can drop some of those resources too. You know, the social worker in me is like, okay, well, I have information and I want to share it, because what is it going to do for me if I'm not, you know, getting it out there so other people can have it? Because sometimes it is difficult for people to get information. The second part of what I was trying to say, though, bloom and plume, capitalism doesn't care about your creativity. The second one. Remind me of the question. I feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Can I phone a friend?
I'm here. I'm about to...
Friend.
The pricing.
Oh, pricing.
Yes.
Okay. Then the second one, see how that works. Then the second one is another Instagram friend. And I don't honestly remember how I got this audio, but she creates songs. And they're like actually very, very catchy. And but they are songs about things that we are dealing with. Mm-hmm. This particular song is called F You Pay Me, or Pay Me F You. Mm-hmm. One of the two.
One of the two.
Yes. And it starts off, how can you answer a question like this? When asked what art is, they replied with, I am not an artist. I am what art is. Drop mic.
Yeah.
Like what? Seriously,
yeah,
girl?
Oh my God,
like,
I love that.
And know that the rest of the song is killer. Okay.
You gotta
like,
send that to me.
Oh yes, it's on my playlist every day. But yeah, that those types of things really drive me to say, like, even though I'm a social worker, even though I want everybody to have what it is that I want to give, like, I still have to pay these bills. That drivable storage unit office is very costly.
Yes.
And here in Philadelphia, you guys don't care about whether or not you hit it, and then whether or not it's going to drive away. Okay? And I do. I have insurance that I pay for, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, side note, I need to pay for the bills.
Yes.
And so when I do ask for my price, I sometimes get like, you fold up the
paper
number and
slide it
you
across
slide
the
it
table.
over like via email. And just kidding. It's business. That's what that is. You
Yes.
have to write it down or it's not,
Mhm.
And also being a creative, like sometimes we don't have contracts, and those things are very important. Even when you have something like just a gig over the weekend, like I'm a photographer as well. Hey, can you come through and take pictures of me at this? It's going to be 2 hours. I only need you to do this, that, and the third. It's going to be like 30 people there.
Mhm.
How much do you charge? I think of who it is. For you, I think of where I'm going.
Mhm.
I gotta go across the bridge.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be parking? How long do I need to get there? Because I'm also the type of person, like there's so many things moving around that sometimes I don't check where I'm going until like
You
I'm
get there.
going. Until you get there, that's really what happens. Honestly,
It happens sometimes.
it's bad though because I live in New Jersey, people. As a physical city, my spirit is here in Philadelphia. I was born in Germantown, and my family's off 52nd Street. So like I'm here, okay, West Philadelphia, born and raised. So I think that it's like I got off on a tangent again.
I mean, but you got creativity in terms of like how you got started. So did you go to school for visuals and stuff like that? It was
Nope.
how did you I mean, you definitely talked about your grandma, but expanding upon that, like how did you build that skill, and how are you building that skill, cuz it is like ongoing.
For like what my artistry,
Yeah.
like how I paint and things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that just I am a lifelong learner. I am a student for life. I love learning. If I could go back to school full time. Like, if you guys want to pay me to get my doctorates, because I'm only a couple of classes away.
Love that.
You know, Dr. Laws, you know.
I was just Dr. Laws. That sounds so damn good.
Right. And I actually could have been an Esquire as well. Rutgers, Camden, you did not set me up for
Come
success.
on now.
I could have had both in that same year. But again,
Why?
that kind of drives into that lesson in my mind was like, I will not let anyone go and get a social work degree and not know that they can also be a lawyer. Okay? I am going to make sure that people know that they too can get.
That's crazy.
And
they
and
didn't tell you?
It's for free. It's together. Like, you just go to the class today and you go to the other class today and you get your degree at the end of the year. Yeah, they didn't tell me that. That's all right.
Side note, I'm sorry, but that's a lawsuit.
Is it really?
For me? For me? Oh no! All this money I'm spending you.
Truly. And Sally Mae, Navient, whoever you are now, they want their money. Okay?
Yeah.
And
oh,
so
God. She wants her money, yeah.
I don't even know you, Sally. Like, I don't even know you like that.
Always calling.
Always.
Always.
And now they're in the email. I'm like, you guys don't know when to stop.
No.
I'm just joking.
Mm-mm.
I know that's a part of the system and cycle.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody wants to support me in getting my doctorate, that's there. But yes, back to the question, lifelong learner. I love to learn. So much like I said earlier, I like to learn from other people because I feel like sometimes experience will yield a different type of learning.
Mm-hmm.
And not that experience, is the only way to learn. But I feel like there's a lot of space for you to know how to do things yourself when you experience things, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely does.
Yeah.
No, I love that because I do feel like experience is definitely one of the best teachers. Because, I mean, with my experience, and I mentioned this before we started, I went to Temple for audio production. Shout out, Temple.
Gigging. To you.
I went to the Klein College for media studies and production.
Nice.
But my concentration was audio production. So like with that, I had training with like, how to record, how to mix, how to master and all that stuff. But I will say like there's nothing like being put into an experience because it's very different. It's very different from the classroom.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh God, yes. It's so different. But yeah, no. Experience is a really good teacher.
Yeah.
Really
And I
good
mean,
teacher.
and we have some really dope teachers in general in the world, like people that are not even teachers.
Yeah.
Like we are teachers and educators in a sense, in that we have something to teach everyone. You are literally teaching people how to love you, how to treat you, right? It's one of the things that I talk about with the youth everybody actually that I work with. Your love language is on your 5 fingers. Okay. Start off with your 5 fingers. If somebody does this to you, what does that mean? Good job. Good job. Words of affirmation. You like when somebody gives you verbal praise. Wow, I like your kicks. I see how you did today. We're twinning. You know what I mean? Like you're getting positivity through verbal address. I am pointing or
touching.
Touch. Physical touch. Yeah. You like when somebody's close to you. You love hand holding or like just maybe we would be both sitting on the couch together, getting close and having physical touch. It can even be somebody like going like this to you, or if you like to snuggle with your blanket, like that sort of thing. I don't put my middle finger up, but excuse me, do you have the
time?
The time. Yeah. Quality time. You like when somebody is like, oh, bro, I know you love this movie. We're about to go see this movie. It comes out on Friday. Like, I got the tickets. Boom, we're going. Okay? Or they're just coming over to spend time with you sitting on the couch. Maybe you're both even reading something totally different, but you're literally in the same room spending that quality time. Beyonce said, if you like it, then you should have put a
Right on.
period. Receiving gifts, right? You like when somebody's like, oh, I passed by this tea shop and I thought of you. I hope you like this tea. I brought this for you today. Or you really like pistachios. So somebody was like, yo, I'm about to drop off a bag of pistachios that I got from the store for you. Okay. Somebody gifted them to me. I'm re-gifting them to you. Okay. If somebody does this,
Pinky promise.
pinky promise, acts of service. You like when somebody is like, bro, your room is a mess, bro. Okay. Your mom's not gonna let you go outside if your room is a mess like this. Like, you want me to help you clean up so we can get up out of here, like, cause you're not about to stay in the house. Or you just kindly open the door for somebody, right? Acts of service for yourself would be like, I know that I hate doing the dishes or laundry. Okay. So I'm going to break that down into a game and serve myself literally. Pretending like this is a dry cleaning service. All right, now you got to separate the clothes in order to go to the dry cleaner. First day is I break this up literally. Drop them off at the cleaner. So, you know, the next day you got to go wash them, you know. But I say that to say, like, these are activities and things that you can remember. One, so that you can teach other people how to love on you, but also you know how to love on yourself, because it's nothing like going about the world and just being like, well, I don't know how to do this thing. And I feel like a lot of us are out here like, I don't know how to do this thing. And there's not enough of us saying, hey, me neither. But we can do this with what we have.
Yes.
And it's going to be great.
Do you see how incredible she is? She just broke down like a whole ass lesson.
I would try like this.
Oh my God.
Anytime. I literally, okay, side note, because my brain goes a mile a minute, and I want to manifest this too. So, my son is also an artist, but he doesn't feel like he is. Like,
Not yet.
And yeah, I have been telling him since birth. Like, legit, two things. He drew this squirrel. It was the best squirrel ever in kindergarten. It was like fantastic. And he used like charcoal and pastels. I'm like,
my
how do you know how to do this?
In kindergarten?
In kindergarten, right? I'm like, oh, he's a genius. Look at him.
Oh.
Go. No, he doesn't. He doesn't like to draw too much.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Whatever the path shall lead him.
And that is another thing 2023 has shown me, in that it is not for you to say,
oh Lord,
this is how it's gonna go, because when you do that, it goes a totally different direction. Okay,
it does.
It's like, wow, I thought I was going. Wow, I'm going this way. Oh, how'd that happen?
How did that happen?
How'd that occur? But again, process allows you to flow if you
Yes.
let it. And I think that's another thing too, is like society doesn't let us process things. Legit, going back to social media, like I have terrible, I know this is bad. I have a terrible habit of getting up and being on Instagram for a very long periodically time.
Oh God,
Okay.
no, I feel that.
And
I'm trying to
because
get out of that.
right, because my brain goes so fast, I am able to send my loved ones, which I hope you still love me, thousands of memes at one time. And so I know that that's not a good practice to do in the morning. Shout out to Danny Hartz. I'm not sure if you know Danny, but she wrote a book about the good morning text. It is a journal for you to wake up and you get a text, because you know how you like to get, you wake up and somebody's like, oh, good morning, like, oh, I feel important, like, wow, that's great, somebody thought of me this morning to reach out to me. So this book is I want to say it's one for every day of the year, if I'm not mistaken. And you get a prompt and then you write about what text you got this morning. Long story short, I think that prompting myself with something like that would probably be
A little bit more
productive. And not even saying either that like I don't get energy from like some of the things that I watch, because again, like Bloom and Plume, like it's funny, but it actually does give me motivation to like, wow, I didn't think about it like that before, and okay, maybe I am, dragging on my passion and I need to step it up a little bit. But yeah, we don't need Instagram for hours of the day. Turn on that little thing in your phone that says how long you've been on the screen, okay? God. It's annoying, but be mindful of it, because when we're not mindful of it, that's when it
can get a little bit out of control.
I am very out of control. I need a blocker. Like, I literally have put Instagram like outside of where my apps are, so that I can't.
Helps.
Yeah.
I should do that.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
That and Amazon, Temu, Pinterest. Oh my goodness.
Really?
I am bad. Pinterest is where I go in the middle of the night.
I would imagine that's helpful in terms of your creative process. Oh,
again. You watch that? I forget. I don't even know who this woman is, but it's this white girl that was on the Sing Songy podcast. I forget what his name is, but he's very cheerful and jubilant, and I enjoy him very much. But he has people come on that sing, and the girl was like, they said, well, how do you get all of this done? Like, how do you know that you're gonna get this done? And she's like, ADHD. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. Exactly. I have never felt something so powerful in my being, because my brain literally, because of so many things that I do, it is like ding, 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 and trying to like make sure all of the things get done. Not all of the things, but all of the things. All of the things. And knowing what the things are. Prioritizing
no, seriously.
the things. Budgets. Budgets. Just, I don't know what they are, but you should probably get one. And planners. So this thing has one of those in there. It probably has a budget in there too, I imagine. But It is not. I don't put my things in there. If somebody doesn't email me, like, I asked you to email, right? Because of that reason in particular.
No, seriously. If it's not on my calendar, it's
Not happening.
Is it happening?
It's not. It wasn't there. It was not. And literally, the saving grace of this is because I wrote it in my planner. I have to write. I am old. I know I don't look old. Black don't crack.
No, it doesn't.
But I'm old, and I need to write everything down. Everything.
Oh yeah.
The little things that like bring me cheer.
But that's
I write
not
that
an old
down.
thing.
These children, they have lists in their phone, notes. They write, literally will pull stuff up to write. I can't do that. If I don't have, I need a little stylus. I hold my phone like this, like. I take pictures like this. Like, I'm old. I'm joking. I'm older. Shout out to the 40-year-olds.
Stop. No. Oh my gosh. But no, seriously. Like,
we got to find a system. And I think that's another thing too of like experience, because for my business, when I was in corporate America, that worked. That worked for me because I went to my email every morning, and by 9:00 knew what everything was going to do for the day because it was already on my list of things to do. I have to make that for myself.
Yeah.
And knowing all of the things that go where and how they can fit in there is a lot. So you have to find something that works for you. And for me, it is if you text me and it has that little underline thing and I can press the says save event, create event, or make a reminder, I can potentially remember to write it down in my journal later. Potentially. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm like giving all of my little goodies away.
That's good. Yeah, we need the goodies for the creative process.
And to get it out so we can have better practices.
Yes.
I wish that I could pull out my planner right now because it's like a journal. And I wrote for the month of November, it's legit this big. It says better ? Right?
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? I'll just drop that on you.
So
all capital letters.
Oh yeah. You know what's
Times
funny?
New Roman.
When you said that, I instantly knew that it was in caps.
Mm-hmm.
All caps.
Mm-hmm.
So better ?
No exclamation point.
I think of it as like a conversation between the self of when that person wrote it and then later on in the future. Like it's a choice. Like should we do better?
Oh, should we do better?
Can we do better?
Not can. Because we can. We could definitely can.
You know what? Actually, yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You can.
Should we? Yeah. Should we do better?
But also, should is not a really great word either. And I won't say great, but when have we done better? Right? Is a place to check yourself. When will we do better?
Well,
is a projection for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But also don't take it as like negative connotation. Like, when will we do better? Because I have done that too. Like, self-pity is a thing. Like, have you called yourself stupid or dumb in the last week? Like, oh, that was dumb. Oh,
probably.
stupid.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's very natural for us to do.
Mm-hmm. But not healthy.
Yeah. And it's so, like, not in your face, like underlying that sometimes we even exchange it with other people. And a lot of the shout out to Revive Radio is also another wonderful entity that I work with here in the city. And one of the things that she has really driven home is greatness is a choice, right? Greatness is a choice, and your thoughts are not your own. And those two entities for me are like, check in with yourself, but also know that there's other things going on, out here. So as much as you are checking internally, like, you're not in your own bubble. Okay. Also, side note, when you're driving, because you got your drivable office storage unit yourself.
My baby Gladys.
Oh, Gladys. I love it. I love it.
That's my baby.
Gladys. Shout out to Gladys.
Shout out to Gladys.
Be safe out here.
Yes.
Like when you're in your car, and even if you don't have the radio on, are you not in your own world?
Oh yeah, definitely.
You are thinking about so many other things than this bus in front of you,
Yeah.
right? Or these trees that are outside and been here every day that you pass, you know? And I think that is something that we take for granted, right? So if you are able to see yourself in your own little world, yes, do something with that, because we can always be better, right? But then also know that you can make it better by being yourself out here in the world. And you need to be here in order for that to happen, right? Like, I have anxiety. I get anxious every time that I go to speak, even though I know that I know what I'm saying. Like, I know what I'm about to, I mean, I may not know what I'm about to say, but I know what I'm saying. Like, and I feel like I have enough words, but sometimes it doesn't come out right. Or I want it to come out a certain way. And it's like, that's not how it was delivered. But yeah, I feel like it's like, if you are being in tune with your little world and having intentional time to be in your little world, then when you come out into this big world, you're going to make it better. Like that's a part of the mural. That is a part of the mural. I'm going to put that in there. Like, when you do better for you in your little incubator that you've made, that's healthy, okay? Not like
one of those pressure cookers.
with the lid snapped on, like,
Yeah.
you want to be a slow cooker with the little glass lid. You can see all the little bubbles happening. You can turn it up high and low if you want to. You can leave it off. You can take the little tray out. Okay, you got so many options, but a lot of people don't think that they have options. And I know, speaking with not only youth but also some of the older people here in this city, that there's not a vision outside of Philadelphia. There's not a vision outside of what feels like walls and gates and locks and chains, like, but there is. And being from South Jersey, coming over the bridge, like, oh, it's 10 minutes away, we're in Philly, yeah, right? It was like a thing. And then when we came over here, and then people are like, I feel like people are like in chains, like, bro, like, oh, there's stuff outside, like, where? Because I'm here. And it's like, bro, it's right there. You want
right across the bridge.
Yeah, or here.
That
Fairmont
is true.
Park.
Yes.
Like, it is it's literally Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
No, legit.
And a lot of people don't experience it at all in life. Some people have never been to the Rocky statue, which, shout out to A&E's. That's the new mural, is the Rocky Steps. Woo! Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can take a picture next to Rocky, West Philly Gang Gang, and the art museum. And just a side note on that, hopefully I don't get on another like side street, but that was actually a really difficult project for me, in that A&A's is a local restaurant. It's a breakfast and lunch space. It's been there for over 50 years, and the owner is the daughter of the original owner, and is like so much history built into that space. Like, people, when I was doing the mural, and people are coming in like, oh my gosh, you guys have been here forever. I've been waiting for you to open back up, because they had shut down to revamp it and stuff like that. So I actually came back and was part of the first things to go into the new building. So on the left side, I drew, along with another artist, Philadelphia, the streets of Philadelphia, and the heart of West Philly, where A&A's was originally established. So you can see Philly, the skyline, and also the trolley, the corner of 63rd and Haverford, Master Street. Like, you see it, and then also you can look out the window, and it's like, oh snap, that's right there, right? And I guess like the concern that I had, right, was there's a lot of criticism and feedback from actual West Philadelphians that, why'd you put the Philly Fanatic up there? Like, oh, I didn't do that part, but there's Philly Fanatic, a little eagle. There's a part of the skyline, some burgers, a coffee cup. Like, it's giving restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but then it also blends into the history portion of it. So everybody's gonna have their own ideas about what art is and how things are supposed to look, right? So I was kind of weary about my idea to do Rocky because Rocky is not everybody's hero, you know? And I felt like I was going to get a lot of feedback of like, why would you put that? Like, you know, why that person when you could have done anybody else? And I feel like I could have, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, that is also a staple for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Anybody in Philadelphia, if you're not going to the Rocky Steps and you don't know about the Rocky Steps, you know that that's the Philadelphia Art Museum. It is at the end of the row where the Love Park meets the skyline. Like, it's a beautiful thing. But I feel like it was not that it wasn't, I feel like it was received very well. But my own criticism in that was like, oh, what are people going to think? Like, oh, maybe I can go in the direction of like Creed or something. Like, you know how Rocky trained Creed or something like that. I didn't watch it. But yeah, it's like.
That's correct.
Thank you. I did a little bit of research. Baton, again, phone a friend.
Yes. No, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Creed films are really good.
I watched the last one. If that counts.
That was a really, Okay, sidetrack. No, but that was really good. No, but continue. I'm sorry.
No. So I was like, all right, well, maybe I can make it look like Creed from the back. You know, it'll be like, what do you want, Rocky or Creed? Because it's what you want to see. Because that's what art is, honestly, too. Like, it really is what you want to see. Because I can tell you, but you're going to see what you see.
Yes.
And it is your perspective. You have put on these glasses of life. Like, you can only see, you can only hear, you can only touch, because I don't have your experience. Even if we were to go in life together side by side, you are going to see it differently than I am, you know? And that's okay. Yeah, went off on that ramp.
It is good
fast
stuff.
It is fast.
0 to 100.
Oh, yes. And that is what we cover here at All in Therapy. 0 to 100 and beyond, you know, because people are living past 100 too.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And they deserve art and creativity.
They do. They do.
Everybody does.
Oh, my gosh.
Everybody's a creative.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I love that sentiment. Like, the fact that all of us, like, of course, like, we have different levels of artistry and whether or not people want to pursue it from, you know, as a career. The notion that we are all creatives, I think, is so important to tap into. And I just think it's so important for people to be exposed to that, because, like, what art does for the mental is just beautiful.
It really is.
Beautiful.
And I do community murals as well. Like, the workshops that I do for the schools, I also take it into the community. So shout out to We Rain. They are a nonprofit here in the city of Philadelphia attached to young Black women and social justice. You know, the creation of spaces for Black women by Black women. And I love, love, love what Dr. Tawana does. With the kids, they have interns. They meet weekly and have groups, discuss things like the upcoming mayoral election. Shout out to Sherelle Parker. Whoop, whoop. They actually came up with a conference. It was called the Black Girls Black Party. It was over at Malcolm X Park. And All in Therapy set up, what we do there is set up a creation station. It's pretty much what we do everywhere. But a creation station, and you come over, you paint, or that day we had bookmarks. So you can either create your own bookmark or get your own canvas roll. It was a premium canvas roll paper. So we're not doing just a little doodles or anything out here, you know what I mean?
Very professional.
Always. It's Exhibit A, so, you know, we always gotta do a show, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Always have to be a presentation. But yeah, we went out there and sat outside, and usually what happens is the kids will come over first, And then the parents would be like, what are you doing? And come over too. And I found that I invite a lot of individuals that normally wouldn't sit down and create. They'll talk to me about like, oh, I can't do stick. That is like the prime quote. I can't draw stick figures. Yes, you can. You can. And you can do way more than that too if you give yourself some time, right? Not everybody's a painter. Not everybody likes painting. Sometimes it can be a little cumbersome because there's so many moving parts. But I love the fact that painting allows you to mess up. There are no mistakes in art. It allows you to mess up, but then also go back and figure that part out. That's the creative process.
Yes.
Like, kids nowadays will get to a space of like, oh, I did something wrong. Give me a new paper. And first of all, no.
That paper is expensive.
Okay, first of all, no, we're gonna flip that over. You're gonna figure it out. Or I tell kids, give it to me. Okay, and you can donate it to my rotation, this exhibit that I take around with me, because I do actually have a traveling exhibit of what your healing looks like. Ninth graders over at Cristo Rey High School. I have a program with Revive Radio we do, and it is basically teaching kids how to advance themselves through audio. Podcasting is the style, but then also creative arts. We do a little bit of painting, a little bit of therapy, a little bit of creative design. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Like really, really cool. I actually love this program. And I want to do more of it. So if you guys are interested in bringing it to your after school program, your corporation, I've been to Amazon. Actually, the first therapist, shout out, first therapist in Amazon building to do a workshop with Amazon employees.
Oh my
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
God.
That was our first year too. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's another thing too, is like, I can talk real heavy, but I can't remember half the stuff that I do off topic.
Because you do a lot.
This is why we're friends, man.
No,
Like,
legit.
oh my gosh.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah, and when I do a lot, like sometimes I'm like, wow, you're not doing enough, and then you sit down and you're like, wow, you're doing too much.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
chill.
No, seriously, like the back and forth of like, as an artist, like, damn it, am I doing enough? Like, there's so many things that I want to do. Am I doing enough? And then like you sit back at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm tired. I'm
Tired. Tired.
tired.
It is. I don't know. I have to, like, again, the Instagram thing. There was this Instagram post. This woman got home from work. It's a little dark outside. She's like, oh, okay, let me get ready. Got the jammies, putting on her tea, put her candle on. She jumps into bed. It's all cozy. And then she looks at the phone and it's 6:25. That's me. Because I've been up since 3 a.m. for no reason. And now I have to do the day and do my own work, clean up the house, and figure tomorrow out. And that's just like, what?
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 How would you like me to execute this?
Oh my god.
Yes. So,
Oh, this is such a good episode. Oh god.
oh, I'm so sorry for the... This is,
No.
again, the creative process.
It's a part of the creative process.
Yes.
Like,
I'm so grateful for this space.
I really am. I really am
Yeah.
so happy that you were on the show.
Thank you.
I'm so
I
happy.
needed this. I didn't know I needed this. I
Oh,
needed this.
That gives me joy.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
truly. And I think that's another thing too. Like, I love the fact that you've created this space for creatives to have the process. Okay? That's the point.
Success.
That's the point.
Yes.
Because we don't, as much as we talk to each other, I feel like we don't talk to each other. And that's another thing that I want to bring to PS14 is therapy is taboo, people, but therapy is cool. Okay? Therapy is cool. It's cool to talk about things you need to talk about. And that's why I added the art to it, so that you can, you know, get a little bit of something going on with your hands and kind of give you a little bit of a distraction, but also give you an outlet. You know what I mean? When you're doing something with your hands, sometimes you're not thinking about all the things that you're saying.
Yeah.
And sometimes it becomes a little easier for you to say things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get into, I'm really big on behavior as well. So when you are really absorbed in a project, right? You are absorbed in a project. If somebody's viewing you, most likely you're not paying attention to them, right? Because you're so absorbed in the project.
Yeah.
But if you were able to view yourself from that, and then also like maybe take a little bit of like, I don't know how to put this. Take a little bit of the power that you see in the connection, like the non-distraction, right? But then also see it as distractions are cool sometimes too. Distractions are cool sometimes.
That is true.
You need distractions sometimes to keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, the focus that you have on the intention that you have on this project, you can also have with other people. I feel like I just went on a tangent and then my idea went out of the window. See how this happens? But it's there.
It's there.
It's there. It's there.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, and man, I think it's because I have so many things. That was it. It's like I have so many things to say because we don't get space to do this. That's where it was. We don't get space to do this. We talk to each other like I'm a vendor. So sometimes I'll go out and support different events and share my art and things like that. I have little prints and magnets and things like that.
Incredible.
Thank you so much. And I do live paintings too. So if you want a live painting.
Incredible.
Thank you. So much fun doing those things. Like that also is like where my creativity expands as well.
Mm-hmm.
To go back to your question earlier, like I have been in spaces where I have moved way too fast and I don't have all of my things in my car, or I took all of the things out of my storage unit because of whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to leave things in my car for that reason, just in case.
Yeah.
A table, a chair.
Oh yeah.
Art.
I told you, like all of my stuff is in there.
Yeah.
The thing that not to like air out my stuff, but like
I think it's important. It's
thing,
important. Keep
the
yourself
thing that I
accountable.
love about Gladys is she has a really big trunk,
Period.
and my table
Fits in there, right?
fits in there. I keep my table in there. Like you never know when you're gonna need a
They'll
6
pop
foot
out.
table. Yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I have lawn chairs. I got a grill. Got some. Listen.
Yeah.
I've had a tent in my. I just took the tent out.
You did?
I just took the tent out for November.
I got mic stands.
Yeah.
My speaker stands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Necessary.
Yeah.
And the cords.
Oh yeah.
And the cords, because
No,
cords
legit.
are important.
Oh yeah. No. Seriously.
All the cords. I have a 60-foot extension cord.
60 foot.
Yes, I got it off of Amazon. It is.
I was just about to ask you, where did you get that?
I will send it to you.
Okay, please do.
Because it is. Again, you see how this works?
It
like you
does.
just talk, and then you're like, "Wow, I didn't know I needed that," and I
No.
do.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $20 too. It's this like
60 foot.
incredible. Okay, like that thick of cord that you have, but it's on this like little reely thing.
You have it on a wheel?
It's legit, bro. I don't do it unless it's legit. I love gadgets. Like if I can
I'm such a nerd. You
do
see how
something
much
for
I'm
something,
geeking out,
yes,
man?
and I do too.
Oh my
I do
God,
too. I'm
no.
such a geek with
Oh
those
my
things.
God.
Like the containers and stuff that like you can put your little cords in,
Oh,
or
yeah.
like compartments
Yes.
in a bag, bro.
Yes.
Pockets, drops mic.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, neither.
Oh my God.
Neither here nor there. This 60-foot crankable extension cord has 4 little plugs on it. It has an on and off button. Yeah, it's legit. It has a little stand so that when you go to roll it back in, it can stand by itself. Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, I'll make sure you get it. I'll drop the link in the description below.
I know. I legit will. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, that's funny. Oh.
I see those things too. Like, first of all, I have way too many of them, probably. I have way too many of a lot of things.
But like
probably.
also like you never know when you're gonna need it. So yeah.
I have, yeah,
Yeah.
It's been like that. It has been that you don't know until you actually have it. Like, I keeping my table and chairs in the back of my
Legit.
car. I had a client
Oh my God.
and they did not want to go outside. Like, after the pandemic, guys, people are just like not inclined to go outside of their house. It's like just very
No.
natural for you to go when you're done with whatever it is outside. You go inside and you stay there, right? You don't come back out. There are people that do that every day. And so as a part of my job to make sure that they see the light of day, because vitamin D is incredible.
It is.
Okay, you need vitamin D.
It really, really is.
And this light is helpful. Like, shout out to all the people that deal with SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder, which is when the seasons change. You know, it's getting darker, like we've been saying. It's been getting darker at like 4 p.m. So you're like,
so ridiculous. Side note.
Yeah.
What is the point of daylight savings time?
I thought we let it go last year. So
I
when
thought
it
we did
happened,
too.
I'm like, what,
Okay,
guys?
so I'm not the
guys,
only one who missed
you
that.
said,
Okay, cool.
You said, stop it. And I was like, cool, because this time is cool. Like, I like this time. Now, what are we doing?
You know what? Oh, God. We have to do this again.
Most definitely.
Oh, my God. No.
I got stories for days, bro.
Oh, my God.
So many stories.
Oh, God.
Like,
I don't want this conversation to end.
All right, last one.
Last point.
Roots picnic.
Yes.
Okay. Lauryn Hill is on the stage. So, of course, we are looking at Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. In the front row, like where all the people stand, and it's like literally at stage, I'm like, oh, my God, Lauryn. Right, same thing with Erykah Badu. Oh, my God, another incredible experience. Yes. Please go check out that post from the Erykah Badu concert on my page. Oh, my gosh. Like, it was like I was their photographer.
I'm gonna link your Instagram on the
awesome.
description. I always do that. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Of course.
But yeah. Anyway, Lauryn Hill. I am still. I'm saying this so that just in case there is a lawsuit that you talk about, there is physical evidence. Okay. All right, so I'm watching Lauryn Hill. I have my phone out. I told you I'm old, so I'm holding it like this. Okay. Oh my God, it's Lauryn Hill. So I go to start singing the song, and I hear behind me, oh my God, it's Usher Raymond. And now that's very faint because Lauren's singing. Like, psh, who are you talking about? All right, so Lauren, somebody says Usher. It's Usher. Huh? I'm not moving. You see me? Huh? Just like this. I get bulldozed, bro. Bulldozed by Jermaine Dupri's security guard, who is a 5'9" Caucasian woman with blonde hair. Okay? Like, boof. Like, I was going to attack Usher and Jermaine Dupri with my phone like this, right? I'm not turned around at all. I'm like, you are Lauren. I am here. Huh? Okay? Because it just makes no sense. So I get bulldozed. Mind you, that is also on my page. You can hear it. I am a character.
But we love it.
But I'm a special character. After that very moment, I'm singing la 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 la. I'm walking back to VIP, and Questlove is behind me.
Oh my God!
And so, mind you, can also go to Questlove's page after the Lauryn Hill concert. I'm on the live because I have this thing with celebrities, and sometimes, because I'm a normal person, I'm thinking people are normal people too. And I'm just saying that right now because that's what makes sense. But in the moment, it's kind of just like I really don't recognize them. And so I was walking, and I'm like, I turn around, and this gentleman is standing right there. He's on live. He has an incredible shirt on. Incredible. So I'm like, sir, you look absolutely amazing. And he's like, thank you. I love your shirt. Thank you. I go singing. I forget what Lauryn Hill song I'm singing, but I'm like, that thing. I'm away. He is recording. Me the entire way. I am the worst, bro. Like,
No.
I have so many freaking moments like that,
Oh
bro.
my god.
I have been in some situations.
That's incredible.
Almost getting attacked by Busta Rhymes security guard because, again, I'm a regular person, so I'm thinking like we're regular people, not remembering like these are like people.
They're both.
They are regular people because
Yes.
oh my gosh, Busta Rhymes is like oh my gosh. Okay, focus. Yes. People are people, and people, again, are educators. They have incredible things to tell us and show us, even if they're not the Hip Hop Hall of Fame people that they are. But I say all that to say, I love my naivety at sometimes. It does kind of make me look silly.
No.
Sometimes. I enjoy it though because it does.
Yeah.
I have really really fun and funny stories. Music Soul Child being one of them.
You're gonna have to come back on the show.
I know. I got so many, man. I got so many, and those are just like encounters with other people, let alone the things that I do by myself. I joke, I kid, but we've definitely been rapping for a minute. I apologize.
No, I don't want to
I'm
end
so
it.
sorry.
Like I booked 2 hours. I should have booked 3. Okay, but
Man, we've been talking. See how
it's
this
almost
works?
wait. It's 5 minutes to noon.
Oh, snap. All right. So the thing about Philadelphia, remember I told you about that. Quick story. I have had 2 boots on probably more, on my car from Philadelphia Parking Authority.
Oh my god.
Okay. PPP
Tripping.
can get some funding from someone else. That is, I'm going to say it nicely because if I'm walking here, PPP is on the way to Rec Philly, by the way. It is just a sad corner. It is a sad corner.
It is a sad corner.
In that you park there, you get a ticket, you have to go inside there to get your ticket paid for. If you don't pay for your ticket, you will get a boot. The boots do not come off. Do not get people. I know you've probably seen the people on Instagram. Do not get people to take your boot off. It is $750 fine for you taking it off. Then it's $150 fine for them putting it on. So you're at a stack right now.
Oh my god.
We're not even talking about your tickets. But anyway, I say all that to say, I am creating a piece. It is a three-dimensional multimedia piece of Das Boot is what I'm going to call it. Okay. This is a recreation of a vehicle. It's going to be a Chevy. Shout out to King Groovin. We are going to have a mushroom exhibit coming up. Check out my page for that. Nice. Quick plug. Also, to your point of what's coming up, because I never know what's coming until I start talking about it. So that's coming up on the 25th. It's going to be really cool at the Imperfect Gallery. Back to what I was saying. Groove Chevy is another. Chevy is my vehicle. There we go. I've had an Impala. My SS was taken from me this year.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
I know. I had just paid for that car too. It was my first car that I ever paid for. It's in my name. You know how they just take things from you? Like, they just want to take things. Why do they want to take things? I work for that. But anyway, it's going to be my old Chevy Impala SS, who was a beast. Beasted it. Had a little bit of rust, a little bumps and dents. May have been missing a window. Or light, we're adding some flavor to it, okay?
Yeah.
But basically, the focus is gonna be this boot, and how when this boot is seen in the gallery, which I'm deciding whether it's gonna be hustle or stay in my lane. I feel like stay in my lane. No, I feel like hustle because you gotta work in order to pay that boot off. But anyway, I'm going to make prints of this so that we can If anybody else needs support in just getting through parking authority blues, you can view this artwork. It's going to have a space for you to talk about your experience with parking authority and how this is a city-run organization, has nothing to do with the state. So why do we need to do this again? But that's another day. Another day.
I am just in awe.
I appreciate you so much for this.
Oh my God, no. I'll say this to the nth time. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Bro. It's an honor.
Alisha Laws. Exhibit A.
Gang.
I'm gonna be linking all the good stuff so you can find her info. I really hate that we're closing because this.
It's gonna be part 2, 5,
Yeah.
12. You know what I mean? Just
call
me back and we'll have a therapy session.
I will definitely do so. Yes, definitely.
Because that's what this is.
Yes.
No, truly.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Bro, I appreciate you.
Truly appreciate
Guys, she has music. Okay, this is your first time watching this. She has music. Go support. It is bomb. Also, prepare yourself for the spring when Hustle drops.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Burr.
Love that.
Period.
Oh man. But we're gonna skedaddle.
Getting up out of here.
Get up out of here.
Get some more hot beverage.
Yes.
Before we go out into this
Definitely.
43-degree weather that is
so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
This has been the creative process
It definitely has been.
with Tiana and Alisha.
Yes.
Yeah. But see you later.
Grow through what you go through.
Peace.
Peace.